So the next thing is are those fire thingies around, so like special attacks. So what we now have is that this thing can attack you, and we need some fire attacks. And to understand this, you should understand the coordinates of the RPG Maker. So I can give you a short explanation. So what you see here is you see the bat is at 10.6. That means this is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. So the higher the x coordinate gets, the higher you go to the right. So this is 1, 2, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the x, 9 on the x, 10 on the x. So you see this here. And the y-axis, yeah, it does work in the other way as in school. So normally you go, this is x, this coordinate, and this line here is y, for example. So so in RPG Maker, it's like the more you go to the downside, you see it increases the y value. So the more I get up to the top, you see the y coordinate decreases. And in normal school or something, you learn it like that the higher you get with the y value, then the higher the y value will get, so the more you go to the top side. You just need to think that it's different in RPG Maker. So what we want to do? So first we need to set an enemy attack. So enemy attack, we set it to flame. So we do it like this one. So we could set it to stepping, so you see it wobbling around. So you see, yeah, what do you see? You see a flame moving. So it's not like this picture here. So you see it's dangerous or something like that. So we don't need to set it to walking because it shouldn't walk around. It should stay on the same place. And I think we should trigger it by player or event touch, or we could also make a little I will leave it on player touch. So we have this flame, and so we just want this flame to appear on the right side of the enemy. So it should always appear at this point. So what does this mean for us? So we could look at the bat and see the bat is on 10.6. And the flame should be on 11.6. So what has to happen that the flame gets spawned always on the right side of him. It doesn't matter where he stands, it should always be here. And how we can do this? So you can see it here. The only difference between those two events is that they have different y coordinates. And this is on 11 now, and the flame should be on 12. So what is the difference? It's +1 on the x-axis. So all you need to do is set the coordinates of a flame to the coordinates of a bat and subtract the x-coordinate -1. And this is how you should add 1. So you see this is going up. So the coordinates are 11.6. If you add 1 on the x position, you have 12.6. And this is what we want to do with the code now, and not only with dragging the flame around. And And so we well, how do we do it? First, we need to set a switch if the enemy attack is on. So, yeah, enemy attack. Well, for this, I think it's okay if I do all 4 of them, but I spawn them immediately. So they will immediately get spawned at this side here. But first let us do one, so it's not too complicated. So if enemy attack is on, then this thing should spawn. Enemy attack is enemy attack 1, and we want to have another event to handle this for us. So we call it, I don't know, enemy attack handler. And now we have this. And what do we do here? So we do a parallel process. Don't need to be walking, but needs to be set to true. And here we need variables, as always. So we need, for every flame, we need different variables. So, for example, if you have one flame, you only need flame X and flame Y. If you have another flame, so you always need a pair of X and Y for one flame. So if you have another flame, then you need to set 2 more variables. But I only will do one now. Flame X, and set it to game data and to enemy attack map X. And now you can copy and paste it. And we edit it and choose flame Y as the map Y of enemy attack. And now we can... I'm actually thinking if this is a good idea here. We can delete those guys and we start with something else. What we do now is we basically say him to wait for like 4 seconds or 5 seconds, and then the enemy attack should start. So we wait. 1 frame is 160, so this is like 60 is 1 second. So we need 240. This is like 4 seconds. I guess. I hope so. If I'm not dumb. Okay, so what should happen? We set a switch to on, and we turn enemy attack on. So, and now we set a new page, and if enemy attack is on, we do what we wanted to do before. So set this to parallel process, walking no, through yes. And now we want to get its position. So again, we set flame X to enemy attack X. And copy and paste. And set flame Y to map Y. Alright, so now we have both coordinates of a flame. Alright, now we have this. And now we can, normally like we did with a bullet, we spawn it just on top of a player, but here we need to do something first. And this is what I explained to you. We need to change the X of a flame and add 1. So flame is now the same as enemy attack, as the flame. And now we set it to +1, so it will be the same but +1. Alright, and now we can spawn our set event location to, yeah, we can leave it to this event. Or, wow, wait. No, not this event. Enemy attack. So, enemy attack is this one, and we need to change the event, the location of enemy attack, and we set it to flame X and flame Y. I think I'm completely wrong, but oh, it could actually work like that. I hope everything's fine. So enemy attack, okay, everything is set. And now let's see if it starts. So we need to wait like 4 seconds, and then the enemy should actually spawn this thing right to the right of him. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and it's moving. Oh, it shouldn't be moving. What? Okay, stepping is right. It 6. Alright, so I made a mistake, I guess. So it waits 240 frames, turns it on. It sets flame X to the X position of actually this shouldn't be enemy attack, it should be enemy, and that's the mistake, I guess. Let's see, I hope. So the flame should spawn beside the bed and not beside itself, and that's why it was walking. It was always shoving himself to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. And there we go. Okay, it's moving with it, but it's alright. You can see this thing gets always to the position to the right of the V-bed. And we can easily do it like, we could wait for like, I don't know how long you want the flames to stay, let's say 120, and turn itself off again. And after that it waits 240 frames and turns itself on again. So, but what do we need to do here? Enemy attack? Okay, no, I don't think we need to do anything more. And now you have one flame. Game over. Oh. Let's see if it works. No, 4 seconds passed now. And it got spawned. And it also disappears again. That's great.